Pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today it's week 3 and we've got a good one in store between the Miami Dolphins and the Houston Texans. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
Let's go!
Two and a throw right away. He's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Wow, first play in the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Ready?
On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it's second down. The Texans are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 44-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 44-yard line. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
Working with a 2nd and 3. On second down, here's Pierce. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
But that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Back to throw now on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw here. That one complete to Elliott. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Tua sets up to pass it. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them standing on 3rd and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive. It comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him. And I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Well, this defense for the Texans, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 30. That's good for 28 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. And the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of the times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign as his guys are able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. After one, a 14-3 ball game. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
And that's Elliott, complete. And knock him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. 23 yards to pick up there.
And this is something you don't see too much of. Fullbacks trying to stretch the field, but does a nice job there getting lost out in space and comes up with a really nice gain.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. First and 10, it's Pierce. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
18 Rodney, 18 Rodney.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 41.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. After the turnover, it's Tua. And going deep for Hill. Touchdown, Dolphins. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game, and no signs of slowing down.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Come back here.
He'll look to throw. Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
Buffalo 18. Trap 50. Trap 50.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Here comes Grant on the return. A solid 12-yard return after the 55-yard punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. And Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago they scored. Remember, last drive was that one-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and these types of things are happening to you, what goes through your mind? And he told me at that point, it's not about schemes. It's not about what's called from the sideline. It's about players. Who's going to make a play, make a stand, and stop this offense from doing what they've been doing?
Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Tua now on 1st down. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are able to add on to their first-half lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And a rout is on here in this first half. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. He will return this from deep in the end zone. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
So the hold on special teams backs him up all the way inside the 15 to start. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 2nd and 2. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize.
That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Dolphins will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down.
Throw over the middle, caught by Jordan.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all. And I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
They'll look to throw again. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Well, Charles, you were so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Two are going to throw. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of the first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard, trying to do too much. If they can do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
Now an inside draw. This is their fullback. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body, getting to him before he can get started.
2nd and 9 now. Over the middle, complete. That's Pierce. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 23. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Pierce takes it straight ahead.
And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
2nd and 10. Thanks for tagging along with us here from Houston, Texas.
On play action, they'll throw.
Gets the dump off to Pierce. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Texans are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, more problems defensively. The face mask adds 15 yards.
And this has really been an undisciplined team. We've seen them make a lot of mistakes similar to this. It's a big reason why they're down so big on the scoreboard.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still had the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Spinning past him. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Let's go.
8 yards pickup. First down.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
Tackle made by Eric Kendricks. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Warriors 17. 18 Randall. 18 Randall.
Back to throw. Going up top. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
But we saw that he had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
70 Rangers. 70 Rangers.
They'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Pierce.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, still in the 3rd quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
A good solid game there on first down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
Come back team. Come back team. Buffalo 18. Ready.
2nd and 6.
Open man is Jordan, the tight end.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 83 yards receiving now for him on the afternoon as he's got a first down here. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So back now in Houston. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
Pierce now up the middle.
And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
On play action, here's Tua. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Butler. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 41. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill.
Jordan Brooks with it. And the Texans are going to get the football back at their own 17.
Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rolling to his left.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
19 tight, 19 tight.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Ready? 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Dragon 60. 18 Pioneer. Go.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
Here's a quick slant to Ezekiel Elliott.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. Stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
And now here is another interception.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead now. They have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for first.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now, because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On now the Miami field goal unit. He hit his first. Now this from 43. And his kick here is good. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about it.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, second down.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He is going to find Hill here.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Miami, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head home next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Houston, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville.